Hunters have loads of options when it comes to Solar 3.0, and really, they have never been stronger. Today I'm going to check out an ability spam build, allowing you to throw knives and grenades at will, exploding and burning all enemies that get in your way. I'm going to run through the Solar 3.0 setup, the weapons, the mods and the exotic armour, so you can cause fire explosions too. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Destiny 2 content, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. And roughly 98% of viewers who watch This Week in Video Games aren't subscribed, so subscribe today and never miss an update. Well, young Ahamkara's spine and Solar 3.0 work great together to give you almost unlimited abilities as a hunter. The young Ahamkara's spine boosts the strength of trip mines, increase the duration when planted, but also the blast radius as well. Young Ahamkara's spine helps you to reduce the cooldown of the grenade even further via regeneration on the ability damage. Now, combine these exotic arms with Solar 3.0 aspects and fragments, you end up with hunters who can throw grenades, throw knives, dodge, get abilities back, explode enemies, and then rinse and repeat, causing mayhem on the battlefield. Well, without further delay, let's jump into the build. So first of all, I'm going to check out the Solar 3.0 setup. So for my super, I'm using the Golden Gun Deadshot. My class ability is Gambler's Dodge. My melee is Knife Trick, and my grenade, I'm using a Trip Mine Grenade. And this is key, this works really well with the exotic armour. For my aspects, I'm using Knock 'em Down. So while Radiant, final blows with the equipped throwing knife fully refund melee energy. And on your mark, precision final blows grant players and nearby allies increased weapon handling and reload speed for a short duration. That stacks 3 times. Activating the class ability immediately grants stacks of on your mark. For the fragments, I'm using Ember of Ashes, so you apply more scorched stacks to targets. Ember of Searing, defeat scorched targets, grants melee ability and it adds plus 10 to recovery. Ember of Char, your solar ignition spreads scorch to affected targets. Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against combatants, make players and nearby allies radiant. Finally, using Ember of Combustion, so final blows with your solar super cause targets to ignite. Well, next up, let's have a look at the exotic armour. So I'm using the young Ahamkara's spine and their exotic hunter gauntlets that come with the perk Wish Dragon Teeth. So that increases trip mine grenade duration and blast radius, and ability damage grants trip mine grenade energy. For my weapons, in my kinetic slot, I'm using Burden of Guilt. It's a legendary kinetic fusion rifle with an adaptive frame, meaning it's got well-rounded grip, it's reliable, and it's sturdy. It's great because it's a stasis weapon. If you get one with chill clip, that's really going to increase your effectiveness in PvE combat, as you're going to be freezing enemies while killing them. In the energy slot, I'm using Drang, so that one is a legendary energy sidearm. I've got one with Incandescent. That means defeating a target spreads scorch to those nearby. It goes really well with the Solar 3.0 setup, and more powerful combatants and opposing guardians cause scorch in a larger radius. Finally, in the power slot, I'm using Galahorn. This one is an exotic power rocket launcher that fires solar damage and comes with some pretty good perks. You got Wolfpack rounds, the fired rounds split into tracking cluster missiles upon detonation, and Pack Hunter gained increased handling and reload speed while staying near allies, and firing the weapon also grants Wolfpack rounds to nearby allies wielding non-exotic rocket launchers. So you can get that one by owning the 30th anniversary pack and visiting Shorehand on the Cosmodrome. Well, next up, let's have a look at the mods. So hunters should be prioritising high mobility and resilience. Armor mods also that create elemental wells increase the damage after picking up that elemental well. You can also regenerate class and melee ability energy and increase damage resistance. That is considered to be just as important. So I'm using some basic elemental well mods here. So elemental ordnance, defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type. Bountiful wells, so elemental well mods that cause you to spawn elemental wells can now stack, spawning additional wells for each additional copy of the mod you have equipped. Font of Might, so picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type, grants a temporary bonus to weapon damage. Classy Restoration, so activating your solar class ability grants you restoration. And then finally, Distribution, that is on your class item, reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets. So we're creating elemental wells here through our grenade kills and explosions. Bountiful wells are going to give us more elemental wells for each instance of elemental ordnance we have. So every time we get a grenade kill, we're getting 2 wells. Font of Might then boosts our weapon damage, given we are picking up solar elemental wells. Well, let me know what you think of the build in the comments and let me know if you've got any improvements. Well, that is it for this Hunter Solar 3.0 build with young Ahamkara's spine in Destiny 2. And I want to give a shout out to all you viewers who comment on my build videos. Really thank you so much. You pointed me in the direction of young Ahamkara's spine and a Hunter Solar 3.0 build. And I think it's really fun. It's going to be really hard to take off these gloves. Well, as always, thank you so much for watching, and for more Destiny 2 content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to This Week in Video Games. Or you can check me out on Twitter at TWIVG Podcast. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again. I'll see you soon.
A powerful nightmare. See that it is destroyed.